Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to be cutting some more of the lumber for the wall upstairs in the house. If you tuned in yesterday, I cut this board and this board. It makes a little triangle there. Today I'm going to cut this one, figure out the length that this one wants to be. And then there's a little board right in here that I need to cut as well. I need this to all be fairly exact on the floor. Then I need to transfer their locations up to the ceiling. I have a 9-foot ceiling there, so it's not that easy. But I'm going to do that with a plumb bob. Then, to complicate matters, the wall comes up and then it angles and then it's flat. So I have compound angles in places. So it's not a real easy wall set, but then to complicate matters more, each of these two walls has plumbing in it because they have mini splits above the door. So I need to have the correctly pitched plumbing come around from this door or above this door through here underneath this mini split, and they both have to go down through this wall into, there's like a common drain over in here where they'll meet up and go down through a standpipe downstairs. And then there's electrical in here as well. There's a power vent over here. And then finally there's a bulkhead above the stairs where the refrigerant lines from both of the mini splits runs out of the house. And there's a electrical box that goes in this wall that has the electricity for, there is two wall circuits, as well as two separate mini split circuits. And then I believe there's a circuit for, there is going to be some power vents in here. So it's going to take some time, but first things first. What I need to do today is I need to duplicate this board. And on this one gets some cuts on the far end. Then I need to duplicate this one as well. Then I got it marked here. This needs kerfs. I need to go all the way across the board and right about halfway through, and all I do is set it up on the saw about like that. I'll have to cut a couple different times. I'll have to cut with it like that, and then I'll have to cut normal. And what that does is leaves the bottom cut right where the opening is. Then when I'm putting this in, I will put a board. I'll show you how that works. The stud will come right up to this line, and that will be pocket screwed both sides. Then once everything's all nice and straight and tight, I will take a handsaw and just cut down to that kerf, and I'll have a perfectly in-line door opening. This will be screwed down into the floor back in here as well. So everything will be nice and straight once it's done. So I need to duplicate this for, or I need to duplicate both of these for the headers. These are the sill plates, or not for the headers, for the top plates. And then get a couple other boards cut and start getting this stuff in. Okay, two 45-degree cuts gives me a 90-degree corner. This is 3.5 inches, and the wall continues going that way. So now I need to duplicate this part for the top plate. Okay, this end here, I'm not going to actually cut on a traced line. I'm just going to make a 12-degree cut right here. And then I'm going to use the measurement, the exact measurement from this board to get the far end down there. And then I will use a combination square to get the far end. Just tracing these on here is not super accurate. So this board right here is actually has a gradual bow to the whole thing. So cutting it in half like this will get rid of the majority of that bow. So this is actually better used here for a 4-foot long piece than as a 9-foot long stud. Tools are pretty stiff. It was 12 degrees. Or no, what was it? No, it was 5 degrees when my wife got up, and it was 7 degrees when I got up. Oh, this is actually 35 degrees. What am I thinking? The other board is 12 degrees. So it was 5 degrees when she got up, 7 degrees when I got up, and I think it's supposed to get near 30 today, but I don't think it's going to get above freezing at all. So I just need to be somewhere near the line. I don't know if you saw the board drop down when I was cutting. That was from taking the bow out, so now I'm going to retrim it just a bit. Now it's going to be a square cut. Double check my dimensions here. So my length right here is 46.25. So if I match this up, I need my 3.5 cut here and my long cut there. Cold, and you really can't wear gloves for this. So I got to go back and forth between cutting and doing layout in the office. I got to look over the top of this to make sure I'm hitting my mark. Perfect. Okay, combination square is set up at 3.5. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I got it at 4.5, big dummy. Okay, the combination square is set at 3.5. So line that up until I'm looking straight down to make sure this corner, you got a rounded corner, so you gotta make sure you're lining up with the flat. And 3.5 there. And again, these are both 45-degree cuts, which makes a 90-degree corner. Do it this way. Okay, this, where it says top, this is the top, this is the sill plate, this is the top of the sill plate, so if this were up onto the ceiling, this is the part that will show. So, I'm just going to mark that, and then I need to transfer these lines here. This is the opening, so it'll have a stud on each one of these going all the way up to this. And then once I get it in place, I will actually tap it plumb instead of using those lines, but they'll just be a guide to get the board in there. Okay, line up my ends. Okay, so that will be screwed to the ceiling. This will be screwed to the floor. Studs will go in here, get pocket screwed in, pocket screwed up. Then in the door frame itself, I got a header that goes in there, or I'll be making a header that goes in there. And then the mini split will go right above that header in a predetermined place. So I'm going to cut some more stuff and then we'll head upstairs. Okay, that first board I cut on the wrong side of the line. Don't know what the hell I was thinking. It needs to be on this side. This is the opening from this line to this line. This part gets cut out. So it needs to be curved on this side. So when I'm sawing it out, my two lines will meet. You'll see that when it's put in. This is the top plate, this is the sill plate, and there'll be a stud right from this line all the way up, and then I'll cut flush with the stud and connect with the kerf. The reason for the kerf is because I have a finished floor. I do it anyways, whether I have a finished floor or not, but it certainly helps with a finished floor, so I won't cut into the actual floor. Usually I don't have a finished floor though, but this makes it real easy to cut this center part out. You just cut down to the kerf, cut down to the kerf, and take that out, and you have a nice passageway. Okay, I got a couple little pieces to cut, and then I'm going to bring this stuff in. Okay, that'll about do it for today. I got it all laid out a little bit so that you can see where everything's going. Nothing's screwed down yet. I'm just out of time. Doorway here, doorway there, and then these 3 2x6 walls get plumbing in them for the mini splits, just for the water drains. The refrigerant lines run up through the bulkhead here and they'll go out and over. See, this is the roof right here, so they will go out here and then go down along the soffit, and then because there's an addition going here, nothing can go like straight down. So I'm hoping possibly later on tonight I can at least get a little bit of this screwed in place so that the cats don't throw it down the stairs. You see what I mean right there? As if on cue, this is where they play. So hopefully I can get part of this wall screwed down, the parts that they can throw down the stairs. I'll be back at it tomorrow and pretty much every day until this damn wall is done and the mini splits are in place. Then I'll move on to stuff over in the shed. So stop back to see all that stuff. If you enjoy the videos, please subscribe to the channel and click on the update icon so you receive notice when we post new videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.